is Aryan, and welcome to our focus group on exploring the capabilities of Midjourney and Dall-E, and how these powerful AI tools can be integrated into educational materials, presentations, and visual aids. Midjourney and Dall-E are two powerful tools used to generate high-quality images based on text prompts. By simply inputting a text prompt, Midjourney or Dall-E will generate one or multiple high-quality images that are aligned with the text. Whether you're an educator, student, or researcher, these tools can help you create customized visuals for lessons, presentations, and research projects. Key features of Dall-E include inprinting and outprinting. Inprinting allows you to edit existing images by modifying them or replacing specific parts, such as removing objects, swapping elements, or correcting imperfections. Outprinting, on the other hand, extends the images beyond its original borders, turning small scenes into large works or adding extra elements to complete the picture. Key features of Midjourney lies in its ability to create highly detailed, styled visuals. It focuses on artistic and creative outputs, making it ideal for creating abstract or aesthetic images for presentations, artwork, and visual aids. Midjourney's unique approach allows for great customization in visual styles, providing more room for creative expressions. However, both tools have limitations. For example, they sometimes struggle with generating accurate text within the image, which can be crucial for educational diagrams or charts. Additionally, while there are great creative visuals, they might not always meet the specific requirements for technical or highly detailed academic visuals. We will now explore how Midjourney and Dall-E can be applied to real-world educational context. These tools, despite their limitations, offer a valuable resource for creating dynamic, customized content. I will now introduce you to Jonathan to give you a showcase of live demonstration.
Thank you, Ian. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to create stunning AI-generated images and tweak them using Midjourney's website. So first we head over to the Midjourney website at www.midjourney.com and log in or sign up. If you don't already have an account, you're going to have to make one. Once you're in, click the Create tab and you'll be able to start creating images. So let's make our first image. So first we just type a description of what you want in the prompt box. For example, a futuristic city at sunset, neon lights, cyberpunk style. And just hit enter and Midjourney will process your request. So depending on how much detail you put into the prompt will determine how long it takes to create the image. So since I didn't put too much detail, the image should be fairly fast to process. And it will stay at 10% for a little bit. But we can see it being made in real time. And you'll always have 4 images produced on your prompt. So here we are with 4 images. And now you can select one to open it up larger. Let's go with the second one. And you'll see that you have options down in the bottom right to create variations to rebuild this specific image with slight changes, either minor changes or broad changes. You can upscale it to a larger resolution that creates subtle or creative resolution changes to the image, or you can rerun the prompt again to get new results with either fine-tuning differences or vast large differences. So let's upscale image number 2 just slightly to have a subtle upgrade. So now we go back and we can see that the Midjourney is upscaling this image. And since we are upscaling it to a larger resolution, it will take a little bit of time to create because the AI is adding more detail to it. And once it's complete, you can open it up and you may be able to notice the differences. Sometimes the differences are so subtle that you won't be able to notice. But that's where the strong upscale is used. So to get even better results, you have to refine your prompt. You can add details like art style, such as watercolor, oil painting, or cinematic lighting. Change the composition of the image for a wide-angle shot or a close-up portrait, or change the mood of the image for like a dramatic or serene or futuristic style. So let's do that now by creating a new prompt of a cozy cabin in the woods with warm lighting, soft snowfall in a watercolor landscape painting style. So now this will create 4 images to that prompt, which has more detail than the last one. So it'll take a little bit longer to create, and we should get a cabin in the woods, in a snowy woods, in a watercolor style. So see how adding different prompts, different changes to prompts, can create vastly different images. And that's it. With just a few words, you can create unique AI art in seconds, right in your browser. So you can try it out and let your creativity run wild.
Alrighty, now let's take a look at how we can integrate these AI tools such as Midjourney and Dall-E into your practical work. For example, you're an educator or a student trying to make a water cycle chart for your ecosystem class. So in here, I already got a prompt here. I got a highly detailed educational poster for water cycle. It's a highly detailed prompt. I have clearly stating that I need lakes and oceans, rain flowing back into rivers and groundwater, and also need error indicating the cycle's movement. So let's just generate this. We'll wait for a while. Okay, so we got our image here, and as we can see the limitations of Dall-E, it's the same with the Midjourney. We can see that the text doesn't really generate properly, and I think this one is a lot better. So we can probably even use this. So now let's just say we want to art print these ocean. This is not ocean, is it? We want to art print all these. So we have a select tool over here. This is an example of art printing that we can do. So we can select this, select the arrows because they're not really they doesn't suit our need. I'm gonna also select that and select that as well, and these text at the bottom. And there's a funny text over here. I'm gonna write remove. I'm gonna type remove the text and the arrows. So it should change. Now we wait. Alrighty, so now this is a lot better than before. I reckon we can remove this waterfall. It isn't really good. Remove the waterfall from the clouds. And while we're at it, we'll create a PowerPoint. We'll do a blank presentation, and then we'll go eco water cycle project, and then we'll do rn.s and rn.s we'll do 7, and we have our image generator. We'll do save image as and water cycle project. Let's go save the web file and then downloads, reload, and then we can put the images into here, and maybe we can even format this like so. Maybe we could go to designer and select this like that. That looks perfect. So and then we will have new slide, and then we'll do task 1 or something like that. So this is a demonstration of how we can integrate these AI tools such as Midjourney and Dall-E into a practical workflow example. And I will pass you over to Jonathan, who will go over the best practices and the limitations of Dall-E and Midjourney.
Whether you're a designer, marketer, or just AI curious, understanding their best practices and limitations can save you time and elevate your creative workflow. So let's start with some best practices. So first up, be specific with your prompts. The more detailed your prompt, the better. Saying a fantasy landscape with a crystal castle at sunset will get you closer to your vision than just fantasy landscape. Use style references. Mention styles like cyberpunk, baroque, or even artists like in the style of Studio Ghibli to control the aesthetic of the generation. Iterate often. Most AI generation, including Midjourney and Dall-E, benefit from iterative prompting. Try variations, tweak the wording, and explore different versions to refine your output. Upscale and edit. Once you get a good image, use upscaling features, especially in Midjourney, or in-painting and out-painting with Dall-E to enhance or expand parts of your image. Understand the tool's strengths. Midjourney excels at abstract, artistic, and highly stylized visuals. Dall-E is great for detailed object placement, logical layouts, and editing existing images. Now let's talk limitations, because no tool is perfect. Text rendering is still weak. Neither tool is great with generating accurate text within images. If you need clean typography, do it manually in a design tool afterwards. However, this is being worked on by several companies to enhance text rendering within generation. Consistency issues. Creating a consistent character or style across multiple images is tough. Midjourney is improving on this with custom styles, but it's not bulletproof. Ethical and copyright concerns. Always be aware of the legal grey areas. Don't try to mimic living artists too closely, and double check usage rights for commercial projects. Hands, faces, and logic glitches. Even though they're getting better, hands, facial symmetry, and logical spatial relationships can still be off, especially with complex scenes. Input limitations. Midjourney works entirely in the browser and only allows minor editing of images. Dall-E has editing features, but can feel limited in style control compared to Midjourney. So, while Midjourney and Dall-E are game changers for creatives, using them effectively means knowing when to lean in and when to step back. Keep experimenting, keep learning, and let your imagination lead the way.
Resources and next step. The next step is a very bright one, as Dall-E is actively working on addressing its limitations with text implementation in generated images. This is a huge step forward, particularly for educational materials, learning presentations, and visual aids. Now that we have explored capabilities of both Midjourney and Dall-E, let's talk about how you can integrate these tools into your workflow. First things first, you need to sign up for Dall-E and Midjourney. You can start by visiting the website, which you can do by going to open ChatGPT, sign up, and then I'm already logged in. You can sign up and create username and password. You can sign in with Google, sign in with Microsoft. I'll sign in with Google. And then you can open the sidebar and go to Dall-E, and you can start generating your images. For Midjourney is a paid subscription. You can go to Midjourney website and click sign up. Once you've signed up, you can sign up with Google. You can sign up with Discord. So I've already got a Google here, Google login. Once you've once you've bought once you have bought the subscription, then you can start generating your images from create create, and you can let your imagination run wild. Thank you everyone for watching the instructional video on Midjourney and Dall-E for educational materials, presentations and visual aids. This is very exciting to work on and explore the future of artificial intelligence and impacts of life changes that is to come. Thank you.